and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast, the number one place for your hunting, fishing and country sports stories from around the world. Stick on the kettle, crack open a beer, pull up the feet, relax and enjoy. Hello and welcome back to episode 105, Hunting Rob's Red. This week Rob talks us through his Hungarian experience, start to finish, how it nearly didn't get off at all, right up to and including pulling the trigger on his dream stag. Enjoy this one, folks. Right, 7:30 in the morning. How are you, Robert?
I'm very good, Anthony.
This is the week after probably the best week of hunting I think I can remember anyway.
No, I'll back you up there.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
We've had a savage couple of weeks, in fairness.
Yeah.
Quite waves. But yeah, we're only back obviously from hunting Mecca. What do you make of it?
Very good. Very good. Right from the get-go, a little bit of drama at the start.
That's probably a little bit of an understatement, but yeah, a little bit of a drama.
Yeah. So anyone that didn't hear, we had a little bit of a problem getting on the plane.
Now, for anyone who didn't hear this, so if you don't, this is what I have to put up with, and so I should be getting. I think you said at the end, carers allowance. I should be getting carers allowance, and my blood pressure was a little bit high when I came back.
We were literally just finished doing a little video of how easy it is. All you need is your European passport, and you just need this, and you got a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Tracy, report to the desk.
Please. And we kind of knew there was something untoward.
Yeah. So what happened was there was 2 rounds left in the gun case and they twigged it. So they called the guards and the airport police.
Well, I just clarify that because they were left in your sling from the last time you were out hunting.
Yeah.
Just in the holder. So.
Yeah. So you have to keep your ammunition separate in a lockable box. Maximum amount is done by weight is 5 kg. So we had all of that.
And we were well underneath. We were only 1.5 kg or something. 1.25 kg, was it?
Yeah, I brought 2 boxes of rounds, which, I mean, that's 40 rounds. No way you're going to shoot through all that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking in case I have to re-zero or my rifle gets knocked. Or
Yeah.
I'd rather have it than not have it. So they twigged it, brought us in, brought me in, and then it was down to the wire, wasn't it?
It was. I was texting you, I remember, and we'd gone through security. We just had I had a lovely cup of tea. I said, I'm going to sip this now, enjoy and relax. And everyone went kind of smoothly at the desk.
Yeah. I will give Aer Lingus their props.
They're brilliant.
Very, very smooth on our side.
Yeah.
Very smooth on our side.
And even, in fairness, on the other side, apart from which we'll discuss later on, but in fairness, once you get to the Aer Lingus desk, you're home and hose.
Yeah, they're actually very helpful.
So just before we just get into the almost arresting scenario.
There was never going to be arrested.
we were going to actually do the video of how easy it was. So literally, you apply for your European license, you get that through, and that comes back relatively quickly.
All it is the firearms sergeant fills in all the information even, and then the super signs it and stamps it.
Stamps it, yeah, and you get it.
That's free.
It's free, yeah. It's like a little blue passport. You give in your photograph, and yeah, I think ours was back in a week and a half, whatever. You get that. You have a little blue, and we have a little, one of them little kind of like
money boxes,
petty cash boxes, with a lockable. You keep that. We've taped our name and phone number on it, and you have a little lockable key, and you keep all the ammunition has to be in so it can't be rolling around it loose. It has to be in the ammunition box.
Individually packed, like an ammunition box or a
side pouch or whatever, that are not rattling around. And then your firearm has to be, again, in an airport
approved
case. And again, lockable. And we have the Mauser ones, which have their own individual kind of security lock on them, combination lock, and then we have a little padlock for them as well.
Yeah. And then the only other piece of documentation you need is one form from the Aer Lingus website that you have pre-filled out. It's just your booking number, your flight number, your name, your address. If it's a rifle, so it asks what type of firearm, so either rifle or shotgun. And the only thing is you have to sign that in front of them. So if you turned up with it already signed, they'll make you fill it out again.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thinking is on that, but they make you sign it.
Sign it in front of them. We did a drop and go, which is, again, it's hugely beneficial if you're carrying firearms, because you're right at the terminal. You don't have to get into buses and bring firearms and all that kind of stuff across. You walk straight into the terminal. You spotted.
Oh, yeah.
We're kind of looking out for who was the one in charge. You spotted quite quickly who was on patrol. And in fairness to her, you just mentioned, we have firearms here. Straight away, perfect. I'll get you the right personnel. So what we did was, or she did was, she opened up the queue right for the girl that was would have known what to do. Because not everyone, I think, knows what to do up there.
It's our third go at it.
Yeah.
So we actually know the process. Sometimes you end up telling the girl, no, that's our ammunition, it's under 5 kg, it's individually packed, there you go, can I got that now? So, but because they do it once in training, and then they mightn't see it for a year.
Yeah.
Or they might see it once every 2 years. So it's understandable that only some of them would know it.
First, the girl at the counter was smashing.
Yeah.
It was, I'd say, all in all, 20 minutes, two of them, our bags were checked in. She checked the firearms, or the ammunition. She checked that the box were locked. You get separate tags then for the ammunition box and the firearms box.
And then you walk it down to the oversized luggage with her, and it's checked in there. And the next time you see it is when it arrives in Hungary in the oversized luggage compartment. It doesn't come out with your normal luggage.
Yes. So when you get over there, you pick up your normal luggage. It's normally 15, 20 minutes behind by the time it comes through. And it comes through on the, as you say, on the oversized luggage, just wait there for.
So our first go, if you think back to the first year, now we had a couple of drinks on us. So we went to the Aer Lingus desk, asked there. Yeah, it's like we were right next to it. Just wait there, lads.
Yeah.
So it's grand.
Yeah, and in fairness, on the other side, it was perfect. Like this year, sometimes they stop you going out with the firearms, to check them in, check the serial numbers and stuff. There's armed security going out. This year they didn't. That's waltzed right through, which is fine. But even when they stop you, it's like literally. And here's a tip, I think, for when you're packing your gun case, always have your serial number facing up so that you don't have to take the gun out, because we had the other bits and pieces, the knife, the thermal, shooting sticks, all packed in. So kind of it's to be tight, with torches, because we were doing boar hunting and stuff. Binos, all that kind of jazz are laid out. So if you have the serial number facing up, literally just shine a torch on it. He checks the serial number with your European firearms license, and away you go. That's the way it should go. As I say, we were back. So you had 2 rounds in the rifle sling.
Yeah. In fairness, the airport police were brilliant.
Yeah.
And I would have missed the flight if they didn't put me in a car and fly me around.
Yeah.
Because it was the far end of Dublin Airport is where the interview room is. So fair play to them. And look, they understood. Look, it was an honest mistake. Now they do take those 2 rounds off you and they're put into evidence.
Yeah.
You have to give a bit of a statement, but it was grand. So I got on the flight. I was the last one on the flight, and the flight was grand.
Yeah, perfect. It was literally. I think we both had a bit of a kip.
Yeah. Because I didn't sleep the night before. Not one wink.
No, sure. You were over here, I think, an hour before we were due to kick off.
I rang you. Are you up and about? Yeah, I'm outside.
Yeah, I was the same. I was looking at the clock about 11:30, 12 o'clock, saying, I'm up in 3 hours. There's no real point in me sleeping. Then I'll try, and I was getting kind of angry with myself why I couldn't sleep. And then I was dozing in and out, afraid I was going to sleep it out. All kinds of, like a child at Christmas type thing.
Because this is like that. I get it into my head. Now, you may go asleep. Don't stay awake. And that's it.
Yeah.
Once that enters my head, I'm awake.
You're awake.
I can't.
Yeah. But yeah, look, it's a bit of excitement. So as I say, the drop and go is brilliant as well for that. You're not carrying firearms around. So we got over the far side. A little bit of drama with the cars. We had the different rental car.
Different rental crowd, yeah. So normally we get a rental crowd right at the airport, so we know exactly where we're going. But this time it was jump on a bus to the rental crowd. Then they were a little bit, it was actually quite busy over there and they were a little bit slower.
Yeah.
So we were about an hour behind Yanis and Horsley. But it was still grand because we got over there plenty of light to get out for an evening stalk.
Yeah, and it seems like an age ago, even though it was me last week now. But start talking us through first evening hunt.
All right, so the first evening for me, I actually can't remember that lad's name. The first time I met him, he shook my hand.
Yes.
He near broke my hand. I remember because we were unloading the car and he walked by and we shook hands. And I looked back at you and went, fucking hand. And then he shook your hand and you went, oh. But he didn't have a screed of English. So I went out with him and that was the best stalk that I've ever been on.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Even though we couldn't speak to each other, we were using Google Translate and my spelling wouldn't be the best. So I'm sure the Hungarian that was popping up, he was looking at me going, what is it you saying to me? But he played the wind brilliantly. You want to see him. He was like a maestro out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and silent. And then I had to try and match how quiet he was being.
Yeah.
Do you mean? And I see he stepped on a small twig at one stage, made it the tiniest of little cracks, and he was fucking raging with himself. But he got me. I must have seen 20 there. 5 of them stags.
Yeah.
And we got in really close, and like they were rutting hard in that area.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it's only a couple of miles from where you were that evening, but they were rutting really hard. So you have to imagine you're starting to lose light and you're hearing roars at like 50 meters away, and it's visceral. It doesn't shake the grip, but you can feel it. It's very, very exciting. It's hard to explain.
It is hard to explain for anyone that hasn't been. Like, we were over stock this morning and we heard one grunt, you know.
Yeah.
And you're electrified over here for hearing one grunt.
Yeah.
This is genuinely, there's roars going off everywhere.
There was what would you call it? Not an orchestra of roars. And it's funny because by the end of the week, I was able to distinguish, oh, that's your man over that side.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't like that lad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you can see the guide stopping, and they're very good at this. They stop and listen to the forest and the animals. And then he picks a direction to go depending on the wind.
Yeah.
And even the one particular roar went off and he stopped and he started typing into Google Translate him tomorrow because it was getting to last night.
Yeah.
He knew which one he wanted by the roars.
Yes.
But like that, we got in to shooting distance on 5 stags. And these 5 stags now, I would have taken any one of these because they were beautiful.
Beautiful.
But he was saying, no, they're only 5 kg and they need to come on more. Like, I must have been, I'd say 40 metres from a beautiful royal.
Yeah.
But like that, he was too young and he was only 5 kg. That was my first stock. How did you get on?
And tell us, we'll talk a little bit about the what would you say, the way it's done over there. So you essentially set out your stall. So you'll say to them, right, so it works on antler weight size is how much you pay. So basically you pick 3, 4, 5 kg, all the way up to 12 kg if you want to spend that type of money.
Yeah.
And then the guy then will try and get you in on a stag based on his knowledge and his experience and his knowing of the land and the animals. He'll try and put you on. This is guiding at the this is Premier League fucking guiding, you know.
At the pinnacle of guiding, because it's very hard to judge an animal's age at a distance. It's antler weight. Yeah. Yeah. So those 2 things are, and then is it not deformed? What word do they use? Abnormal or not? So they're looking at the brow tines. Brow tines should be longer than the bay tines, and try time. So, like, they're judging a lot in a split second.
Yeah, because the animal's not standing still, and they have to try and their job is to put you on the animal, but they have to make that pretty much within 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we're going after, or no, we can't.
And here's the thing, if they make a mistake, if they tell you, oh, that's 7 kg and it's 12 kg, that's on them.
Yeah.
To a percentage. They're allowed a percentage either side.
Either side.
So, yeah, there's a lot on the guides.
Yeah, and like, you learn so much, man, being out there.
Yeah.
You learn so much being out there. So you were after...
I wasn't after a red, right? Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
I was after a boar and a roe. And what I learned quite quickly out there was you're not allowed to shoot boar and roe in the red rutting areas. And the only places we were going were red rutting areas.
Yeah.
So I had to change my plan quite quickly. So now I'm after reds. And I started off saying 6 kg is the max I'm going for. And sure, you know yourself.
Should we squeeze a 7?
Yeah, I was trying to work out if I have money in my credit union account and if I ask Laura to spend. So look, I upped it to a max 8 kg. And I wasn't going any further than 8. And quite, like, if you got an 8, you're doing extremely well. There's some animal.
Yeah.
But I didn't get something on the first evening.
So then we go back, we'll talk about the next morning, back up early the next morning.
Yeah, I was up early the next morning after we had a skin full of red wine, and Anton made a video, but it was in 3 times the speed. And we were that cut, we went, just put it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, got up the next morning, went out again. Did I shoot out the next morning?
I think, was it the following morning you shot your first one?
I could have. I can't rightly remember because we're a week on. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the morning I did shoot.
Yeah,
right.
We'll skip on.
Yeah, I went out with Yanchi, which is Ursula's father. Now look, the man's in his 70s and a wealth of knowledge and fit.
I was delighted actually you got to hunt him because you've got the youthful, what would you say, the G.I. Joe of fucking hunting guides the first day.
Yeah.
But Yanchi it's just a different, we call him the wizard. We have the
yeah, I have great time for him.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a rogue.
Yeah.
You know about him. So yeah, I went out with Yanchi and Ursula, and we were trying to get there before first light because he knew a stag that was holding 6 or 7 hinds and in the area. So by the time we got there, the calling had pretty much stopped in that area. So they had moved into the forest. So now we're forest stalking. And trying to be quiet, again using the wind. Now Yanchi doesn't speak English, but Ursula does, so Ursula was translating for me. So it was all grand. I wasn't hopeful because all the calling had stopped. Like, you have to remember, I went from the day before, they were balling everywhere, and I seen 20 odd there. Now I've seen nothing.
Is it strange just on that point? You're in one area which is no more than probably 3 or 4k, maybe 5k between the two areas, and one area is fully lit up, full rut, and another one could be just starting, like, you know, or meandering, we would call it, you know, to be the odd roar, as you say, and literally 5k away, there's animals roaring their head off.
Yeah. And Yanchi is very good because he had a collar on him, but he didn't use it. And at one stage in the forest, we heard one grunt. And I thought, oh, call. No, he didn't call.
Yeah.
What he done was, he got his it's like a walking stick with a huge spike, a steel spike on the end for boar. I will talk more about why you need that.
Yeah.
But he got that, and he just hit it off a tree and started rubbing the bark of a tree. I was like, oh, right, I would have roared there if that was me.
Yeah.
So nothing answered. We moved up maybe another 100 metres deeper into the forestry, and it's just one long, thin laneway.
Yeah.
And he just put up his hand, stop. And Ursula said, we're going to stop here and just wait and listen for 5 minutes. A doe and a calf came out into you can't even call it a laneway because it's not doing it any justice. A break in the trees is what it was. Came out, And I went, oh, there's a doe and a calf. Now I'm engaged again because I'm seeing something.
Yeah.
So I got up on the sticks and I was looking at them. I explained to her, I'm not shooting, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
And I should have known that possibly a
Someone's gonna
stag is going to follow that. I didn't even laser range find them. I did nothing. I just looked at them through the sticks. And with that, a stag took up the whole laneway. I knew it was a stag as soon as he stepped out. I didn't
Yeah.
even see antlers, just the body. He took up the whole laneway. And like that, Yancey judged within what felt like 2 seconds. Shootable.
Yeah.
So I fired a shot and he stepped to the far side of the laneway. And I knew as soon as I squeezed the trigger, and I had it dead on him,
Yeah.
you're after missing.
Yeah.
And like you turn into a fit of panic. How the fuck did I miss that? But in me haste, he was about 300 metres.
Yeah.
But the size of him in a small laneway, he looked like he was about 100 metres, like
yeah.
max. And I had gone for a hard shot, so I clearly skipped under him. I thought, that's it, you're after blowing it. Maybe it feels like 5 seconds, it could have been 20 seconds. He stepped back into the laneway to say, like, here, what was that noise? So I put it on the top of his shoulder, squeezed the trigger, and his legs just went from under him.
Buckled.
Hit the ground, and the sigh of relief out of me. I didn't even see what I had shot yet.
Yeah.
I was just taking Yancey's word. Yep, that's shootable. And then I laser taped where he was. He actually came back closer. So he was bang on 203 metres is where he fell. And we knew, Ursula even said, oh no, he was a lot further the first time he came out. So he must have been at 275, 300.
300, yeah.
Now, what type of rookie mistake is
But
that?
sure, look, you see, this, no matter how experienced you are, this, when something steps out, man, the adrenaline kicks in, and we all, here's the king of fucking mistakes here, so I can't say anything, but yeah, it's just something kicks in. You're not in the full of your senses, and these are animals that we rarely get to see over here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in certain parts you see nice stags and whatever, but these are like, they're big, like.
They are, but he fooled me because he was that big and such a narrow thing.
Yeah.
He didn't look anywhere near 300 metres.
Question for you: when you pull the trigger, you were obviously in the edge of a wood or just in the wood?
I was in the thick of a wood.
The thick of a wood.
Yeah.
So you don't know, you can't hear the slap, or did you hear the slap?
No. Oh, which with the first shot?
With second shot.
Second shot, I didn't actually hear a slap.
Yeah.
But he just on the spot. He didn't take one step.
Yeah. Straight like that. When you do pull the trigger in the woods, you've no, like when you're out in the open, you know instantly because you hear the thud or whatever when you're on. So the first shot, obviously, that's what I was trying to get at. You don't know until afterwards whether you've.
I did know that I missed him.
Did you?
Yeah, because with those new sticks, and my rifle is not that heavy kicking.
Yeah.
I was on him the whole time, and I knew by his body reaction.
So you didn't see any reaction? Yeah.
Zero reaction. And he just stepped in.
Brilliant.
To the forestry. So, and as soon as I squeezed the trigger, I went, I'm not missing him. And Yancey said something to Ursula, and Ursula said it to me. Yancey says, you missed. And I went, I fucking know I missed.
Yeah.
And I was raging. It was the blessings of the baby Jesus that thing stepped back out into that laneway.
Yeah, because you would have been on all kinds of.
Well, I was happy.
turmoil.
I was happy it was a clean
miss for starters.
Yeah. I'd rather that than have a bad shot.
Yeah.
So, no, I was delighted with myself. And when I went up to him, just the sheer size of his antlers. Like he's, from nose to tip of antler, he's about 1.20 meters.
Yeah. They're an impressive animal.
Yeah.
Even, and that wouldn't be considered like a big stag over there. Do you know what I'm saying? Our ones.
He's 6 kg.
Yeah. So they're half the weight of some of the rest of them. And these lads are, the guys are just saying, we're jumping out our skin saying,
here,
this
I
is
want more
Christmas,
reaction
man.
out of
This is
you.
Christmas. Do you know?
Then the work started. So we brought over Yancey poutine that you got. And sure, then he was making me drink poutine to celebrate. So that was celebration drink. And then we had to drink again before we started the grolic.
Because if you don't, what's the saying? Or the Hungarian kind of, if you don't drink your palenka, you're putting after your shot, the saying is that you didn't shoot the stag. The coyotes killed him, you only found him. Isn't that or something to that?
I think Giannis makes
I
up
think
these
that's
things.
it is made up, but it's a reason to get you to drink to put in the palenka. So you can't be messing with tradition. So
Yeah. So we had a couple of shots, and then I was taking out my knife to grolic, and Yanchi said, "Do you want me to do it?" And I said, "Well, do you have a different way of doing it?" Now this is all again through translation, and he was talking about the African way, about going in through the side of the stomach. But I said, "No, I've never seen that." It was lost in translation. Then he just did it the normal way, through the belly. But an interesting thing, and I've never seen it being done, and it's good for boiling out the heads, is when he goes up to the windpipe, he takes out from the tongue, under the jaw, tongue, all the way down. So he opens the rib cage, he opens the pelvis, everything. Now, I'm not saying that's ideal for us back here, because dragging there, where they're set up, they have a winch, they literally are pulling it up onto the back. But he's cooling down the meat from the second the animal is shot.
Because it was pretty warm over there in the 20s.
So he took it from the tip, from its tongue, all the way out in one go.
Yeah, and then, as you say, cuts the pelvis. There's no contamination in the meat, or it's just straight out. It's a really cool, if you can, like for lads that are shooting here, a lot of fallow grounds here would be, open fields, or, or would have a little nice grassy fields. If you can get in beside them, it's brilliant, because it's so clean. Everything is just literally one pull straight out.
Yeah.
And you have no mess. So yeah, it's really cool the way they do it over there. So you were happy?
I was over the moon.
Yeah. And you rang me. Well, we were texting at that stage.
I was actually telling you lies. I told you I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then I said, fuck it, I might tell him.
Yeah, I kind of knew anyway, because I knew he's texting me there. I kind of had an inkling, but I knew you wouldn't tell me if I hadn't shot, because we do that, play that little game. But yeah, no, I was delighted. When I heard, I was delighted for you.
Yeah, but that was the second day. We're there for 5 days.
Yeah.
So now it's, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, do I go again? Do I go for something else? Like,
yeah.
Sure, we'll go on the beer, will we?
And we promised we wouldn't go on the tear until the two of us have got something this year, yeah. So which was a while.
I was really happy with my setup. Really happy with the sticks. Really happy with the caliber. The glass. I'm up in the air about the glass.
Yeah. You'd mentioned on the review the glass is grand.
So yeah, so that's another thing. We did a couple of reviews over there, because during the day, so you're doing an early and a late stock. So during the day, you have a bit of spare time. So one of the days, we did a couple of reviews, and one of them was on the Zeiss V4 Conquest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've used it now since the end of the last season, and I changed from a Blazer glass to this. It's grand.
Yeah.
However, my eye prefers the Blazer glass. Now, I'm going to have a look at the one up from that, the 8.
Yeah.
And see, does that suit me any better? The Conquest doesn't have a parallax, and it's only 15 times magnification. I like a little bit more than that, and I like a parallax, because when I zoom in to 15 over a long distance, and now I'm not shooting over huge long distances, but it's a little bit blurry.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
If I'm being truthful, that's the only downside to me setup at the moment.
And I've looked through as well, just at last light, that last, which is generally the fucking time you really, really need it.
Yeah.
It's just not. And we're only talking a couple of minutes here, you know what I'm saying, before it goes lights out for them all. But it's probably like, I think Niall did say that to you, it might be just slightly.
Yeah.
Compared to, you were coming from the Mercedes down to, I'm not saying,
I know, still a really good piece of glass.
Without a doubt, but you were coming from, see, if you're coming up from you know, some of the cheaper classes, it'll be, you know, you're coming up, but you have to try and compare apples with apples. I'm trying to say this in a nice way.
I know,
You what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I know, yeah. But it's very hard to get it all in one package. Like the reason I changed from the Blazer glass was because it was force focal playing, and I was struggling to see that thin crosshairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I changed it to second focal plane. And yeah, it's the reason I didn't go for the Blazer glass this time around is because it didn't have dialable in mils. This one did. So that's the reason I made the choice in this. So I might be changing glass. Because when we were over there, we were talking about a second barrel from your rifle.
Yeah. Sure, we were talking about Kiplers and all kinds of stuff. Man. We get a couple of glasses of wine. So look, we were watching videos with lads shooting with Kiplers on the German estates or Austrian estates, and yeah, man, would it be cool to be carrying one of them around? A single shot. Brilliant.
No, I think I'm gonna, instead of getting a second barrel, I'm gonna fix my glass problem first.
Yeah.
And then it's not a problem. Still, I can hunt away.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good problem to have, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have. The facilities down there were brilliant. Like, I mean, we got up in the morning. We normally had a cup of coffee before we headed out. We were up for 4:30. We were up for 4:00, heading out for 4:45 or 5:00. And then we come back in after. There's the breakfast, fall breakfast laid on like cold meats and cheeses and cereals, and the two girls, in fairness, were
They look after us.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, from start to finish, couldn't have gone better. Would you go back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would, yeah. But see, this is where it starts becoming a little bit addictive, because I have a 6. So now I have to go for like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
So, and look, we were over there in the road there. Time I would have liked in a road there, but I'm much happier that I shot a nice red, because I've never shot a nice red here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, look, and that's, I think, if you look at it's you said you capped it at an 8. I think it's like last year we did 2.5 kg or something like that, you know, which is still a nice head. They were fantastic at the time, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's the right way to do it. Like, you know, you build up, you get some nice hunting experiences. It's not costing the earth. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can set your good sights, be it next year or the year after, if you want to go 8 or 10. It's a brilliant way to do it. Did you see much more on your first week in terms of right up until the last night?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Seen a good few. I was out with you.
Yeah.
And we ended up splitting. So we had this thing. So we haven't hunted together, and the two of us had. Do you mean we had finished?
Yeah.
So we'll go out and we'll sit in a high seat. We did more slagging and abusing each other than scoping, right? But then
we stand up beside each other. This is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is great. Because we haven't 3 years we hadn't hunted each other
over there, no.
Yeah.
So then I spotted a glow. Obviously, it was a pig, you know, by the body shape, and I had a great idea. Let's stalk in on this lad. So we got
I
down.
had reservations in this plan, by the way, just so everyone knows.
So you have to imagine it came out of forestry. Then there's a plough field, then there's a load of corn, and it was making its way to the corn. So he popped out about 700 metres. It's pitch black. We were shooting under torch. No way were our torches going that distance. So we had to cut the distance off. So we got down, made our way across. You think that these fields are flat, but they're not.
They're undulating.
So we got so far, and then I spotted the high seat, and I said, I'm going to make my way up to that one. And you said, I'll go back. So you went back and I went on. But then not that I changed my mind. I'll try to cut them off and make my way over to the corn. And it's eerie. It was grand when you were with me, because it's like you have a bit of background.
Yeah.
But when you're by yourself in the pitch black, and man, these boars aren't small.
And these boar can move, man. So for anyone who hasn't shot them, like, you think this, like, they're big animals. You know, some of them are 250 kilos. But at a trot, man, they can go at a bit of... They can go far quicker than you can run, I can tell you that.
Oh no, you ain't now running one of them.
No.
Not a chance of it. Anyway, I got the willies a little bit.
And your phone. Phone went dead.
Oh yeah, my phone
Just in
went dead.
case you were in a bit of bother.
Yeah. So anyway, I made it as far as the corn. He bet me to the corn. So I snuck me way very quick. So I was making it quickly, but trying to be sneaky and terminaling the whole way because I didn't want to bump into one of these because they cut you up
Yeah.
and you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It's game over, man.
Yeah. Anyway, sat in the high seat and I seen about 20 boar coming back from the high seat I was in, coming back from the corn. I was like, fuck this.
Isn't it mad? Like nighttime, right? Because we were sitting out there and there was very little happening up until 9:30. We said we'd be picked up, I think, at 10:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's that window of time where there's nothing happening. Well, there was a lot happening, which was red deer and roe. And there was some red deer like literally fighting, 25 metres away from us?
Yeah. We have that term.
Play fighting, yeah. And we're going to put that video up actually.
And it's funny to watch because a group of 3 stags came out. Now, they weren't big, they were young stags. And then you'd see another one coming over from the distance, and he'd try and bully one of them, but he'd put his head down and they'd tip antlers. But then the boss of that group would come over and like lock and just give a little nudge, just come on now, stop your messing.
Yeah, you boys are only here because I'm letting you be here.
Yeah, and then they'd all fall in line, they'd all go off grazing together. It was brilliant to watch.
It was brilliant. You kind of see the personality of the deer, don't you? Like the two young bucks, pardon the pun, or the 2 young stags, coming out of, what I'm trying to start the bit of, I'm fucking feeling nice and fit today, you know what I mean? And they'll go out and do a little bit of bucking. And then, as you said, the alpha, the daddy comes out, right, lads, now, come on.
Yeah.
You boys, this is how we do it here. So just before the real messing starts, I'm going to show you now. And it's kind of like, it's like the dominant role play, isn't it? You know what I mean? He's already, even though we're friends now for the last couple of months, we've slept together, we've grazed together, we've avoided danger together. But now it's time for 2 weeks we go bananas, then we'll be friends again.
And you can even, because there was big stags, you knew they were big around roaring. But these ones were staying fairly quiet, and one of them let out a little bit of a roar. I was like, you be careful now, because you're going to draw over a big lad.
And you could kind of see, the other one was kind of, like looked as if they, shut up you.
Fred, what are you doing?
Don't be bringing fucking Genghis over here. No, it was brilliant. But that last half an hour or hour, it's literally, man, like the pigs come out of nowhere. Like you'd be watching, because you can see we had a kilometre on the right hand side. You've 400 or 500 metres into the woods, the far side, and you can kind of see into the woods because the stags have obviously lovely big fucking holes made in it, and then on the right hand side and behind us. So you're looking around, and the hares are like fucking foxes.
The hares are big, but then there was an abundance of roe there.
Yeah.
And they come out literally from nowhere.
Yeah.
We must have seen
20, 25 roe there, I'd say.
Yeah.
They were literally coming out of everywhere. And then, remember, there was a couple come out of the woods on the left-hand side from us, just right underneath the high seat. And they come out, and then they obviously got a little wind of something. We're stepping back, they were looking up. I'm sure we were
laughing.
Still,
But the reds, it was very funny to watch because the wind around us was going one direction, then it changed. And as soon as it changed, the two of us looked at each other and went, oh, they're going to wind us. And within it.
They were just standing to attention, looking straight at us.
Yeah, and then off they ran.
Yeah.
They're not too far, mind you.
No, they knew there was something there, but not enough to put them off where they were going. Yeah. They love that, like, whatever. There seems to be a draw from the forestry to that corn. So the pigs, anyway, absolutely fucking adore it.
Yeah. And I was messing and joking, saying, sure, the pigs are probably over there all day. Sure, why would they come back? And they were over there.
They were.
Because I'm not messing, about 20 making their way back. I was raging that they were about to come on their way. But all in all, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I'd do it again tomorrow if I could.
Yeah. No, brilliant. On the next one, we will chat about my side of the story.
Yeah.
We get my perspective on it, and yeah. So stay tuned, folks.
So some things we have got coming up. We're going to have Mick on about the deer management units.
Yes.
We are. So I asked, was it all right to tell everyone where we're have to get invited to? So we're after being invited over for a 2-day stay to Lambay Island, which is just off Malahide. Lots of people would know this area, but what you mightn't know is they do pheasant shoots. They have fallow deer over there, and they have wallaby.
Yeah.
Wallaby, like a small kangaroo that you wouldn't think.
I'm really excited about this, man, because this is like, it's a huge honour, and we want to thank Paul as well for the fantastic invitation. It's an honour for us to get over.
It's an honour for us to get over, but it was more what he said actually meant a lot.
Absolutely.
Because he said that the reason that he's inviting us over is because he likes the message that we're trying to push out and highlight the hunting sports in general, which is a huge thing for us.
Exactly. Like, this is the thing, we do this kind of every week, and we put a fair bit of effort and time into it, as you probably know, with videos and trying to keep and highlight hunting in the main, and especially hunting at home as well. Want to try and promote it, keep it alive. I think that's our best way is to keep the interest coming, and we get loads of messages from people who've started hunting, who are getting into hunting, and we're not saying all that's because of us, but hopefully down the line at some stage, there's a group of people have come together or joined the sport because of maybe getting interested through the podcast, and that's what we're trying to promote. So,
but we forget, because when we're waffling here, right, I don't really think anyone's listening.
Yeah,
it's just the two of us having a chat. But there's Andy. Andy brought us out taupe fishing, lobster potting, and he does deer stalking. So and obviously shotgun shooting and dogs. But he's after inviting us back up.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's changed his mindset from listening to us waffling. So he's had to get an dialable scope now that he wants us to help him set up and show.
Yeah.
So like, I know that we're just chatting, but we are actually making a little bit of a difference.
Absolutely. And hopefully, like, through because we don't get it. Like, you bought glass. I had a Vortex non-dialable scope, and I started in the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, and hopefully through, our journey, people might save themselves a few bob and maybe skip to, or talking about, we've gone to one stakes and we'll be doing a review on them stakes as to why we like them in certain areas and all that kind of stuff. So, like, hopefully a little bit of useful information comes out from time to time as well. So,
but it's honest information.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
At that time,
Yeah.
And that's not to say that things don't change and evolve, and your perspective changes, which is fine. But hopefully we have a few people along the way.
Now, this is off the cuff, right? So we're not sponsored by anyone. So any gear that we have, we've purchased with our own hard-earned money. And when we give a review on it, it's an honest review.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just what we think. That doesn't mean we're right or wrong.
Absolutely.
And this is a bit of an ask from people. Our videos and stuff that we put up, if you like them, please hit the like button. Now, I'm brutal at this myself. I don't do it because it really helps with the algorithms.
Yeah.
These magical algorithms that gives us more of a viewing platform. The more people will be able to see it.
Exactly. Look, the small things that people can help to do, like, we're going to finish the podcast. We have to do intros, and we have to edit it, and we have to upload it. Then we have to try and promote it. Then we have to try and do videos then to try and send it out, because obviously hunting and field sports are pushed down the pecking order automatically with Facebook and Instagram. So we have to fight that a little bit harder just to even get our message out to the people who even want to hear it, do you know?
Yeah.
And how many people in the last couple of months have come on and said, lads, I'm going to have to find the podcast. And like, we would have thought like we're hitting a good number of people in Ireland, but there's still people who are finding it. How come we didn't hear about this,
But there's all sorts happening, like shadow banning. Like my wife, we disappeared off our feed.
Yeah.
And it was unexplainable.
Yeah.
So the only way I can think around that is if people actually engage with comment or like, and we can't really be denied.
Exactly. Just keep, if we can, get on Spotify or Apple, give us a little review. Like you can just hit the 5 4. If you don't like
good
it,
review. Don't
yeah,
give us a bad
ideally
review.
5 stars. Just hit the 5 stars. It takes like 2 seconds. Same on our website. You know, get over there, drive a little bit of traffic because again, Google's keeping us down the algorithm and that. So you have to kind of really put in the irishhuntingpodcast.com to find us. So we need to try and up that, and all them little things help because we just want to try and keep it going. That's all. That's all we want to try and do.
And bring you along with us.
Absolutely. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Right.
We'll see you next week for part 2.
Thanks very
Over
much.
and out.